Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharajas, and all glories to the assembled devotees. This is Tiffany in Pennsylvania. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Tiffany Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day and giving your sweet association. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Gauranga and all assembled devotees. Yashamati from Chicago.
Hare Krishna, Yashamati Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association every day and chanting so beautifully. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharajas. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Raga.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day and giving your sweet association. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to the assembled devotees. This is Shiromani Nandarani Devidasi from Krishna Katha Desh. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shiromani Nandarani Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day and giving your sweet association. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. This is Shivani from Ashram, Virginia. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shivani Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day and giving your association. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi Mataji. This is Sukakar Krishnadas from Chennai. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to all the Guru Maharajas, all glories to the brilliant devotees of Sangha.
Hare Krishna, Sukakar Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining every day and giving your association. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the call.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Padmasaki Devi Dasi from Florida.
Hare Krishna, Padmasaki Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your sweet association. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. This is Pooja.
Hare Krishna, Puja Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day and giving your sweet association. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada, Jai Shri Guru Maharaj. Radharaman Das from Delaware.
Hare Krishna, Radharaman Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining and giving your association. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru and Gauranga, and all glories to assembled devotees. This is Charu from Charlotte. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Charu Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining every day and giving your association. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this Charu Mataji came yesterday for the program, and basically she came in Krishna consciousness only because of Bhakti Sangha.
She said that our child joins the summer camp. That's how she connected with Bhakti Sangha. Yes.
Yes.
I asked her.
Yeah. Hari Bol for Charu Mataji.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Very nice, Mataji. And Hari she joins every call. She joins early morning, mid morning.
Yes, she joins this one. Yeah.
All the calls she is joining. Very good, Mataji. Please give your association every day. Thank you so much, Hari Bol. Actually, what's your kid name, Mataji? Can you tell your kid name?
Hare Krishna. She's Smriti, Mataji. Smriti.
Oh, Smriti. That's what my daughter was saying. She joins kids class. She joins kids class whenever she see Smriti's name. In mid-morning, I think once you joined with the name Smriti, and my daughter was saying, she joined kid class. She joined kid class. I don't recognize the name, but then my daughter could recognize the name. Very nice, Mataji. All glories to Smriti. Hari Bol. She brought you in Krishna consciousness.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Anita from Sharjah.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association. Hare Krishna. I think that is Prabhu, right, Mataji? Hindu Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
So we'll start recording, Mataji.
Sure. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Samik Rishi Prabhu to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam 6th Canto, Chapter 1, 45 verse. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining and giving your association. I would like to request Raj Prabhu to give a brief introduction before I hand over the call to Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanva Pranam to you and all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Gauranga. There is a brief introduction for His Grace Samik Rishi Prabhu. Prabhuji is a disciple of His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Being a doctor by profession, Prabhu has done immense services to the devotee community and served the society by donating for lots of projects. For example, Prabhuji donated the deities in Philadelphia temple, and he made 3,000 temple units that serves as altar in the villages. Prabhu also served as temple president of ISKCON New Jersey for 15 years. Prabhuji is known for his simplicity and humility, and Prabhuji is now an initiating guru in ISKCON. This is a very brief introduction for Prabhuji, but he has done immense services for ISKCON. Over to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Raj Prabhu. Thank you so much for the introduction. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhu, I cannot see again Prabhuji, right?
I think he got dropped off, Mataji.
Okay, we can wait. Yeah,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Now we can hear you, Prabhu.
Okay, good. I could not hear on that iPad, so I'm just using a regular phone.
Yeah, we could hear you clearly, Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining and giving your valuable time and association this morning. Please take over the call, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for giving me an opportunity for association of all the exalted Vaishnavas and also association with Srimad Bhagavatam. So we'll do some Mangalacharan. Om Agyantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamcha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Namsajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Sha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhana Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Namo Mahavadannaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratushe Nama Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Tapa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nama Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Sri Namo Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nastaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloker Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. So we will be reading Canto 6, Chapter 1, text number 45. But prior to that, as a reference, this Ajamil, this is a story of Ajamil. So life of Ajamil. Ajamil is almost 80 1-year-old and or 85-year-old, and because he had did a lot of sinful activity, but in the beginning up to age of 25, he was a devotee, and later on he came in touch with a prostitute, and he became enamored with that, and he married to her and produced 10 children, and 10th children's name was Narayan. Now the Yamdutas are coming because of his severe so many of the sinful activities according which is against the Vedic principles or according not according to dharma. So they came to take him away to Yamraja's place to give him punishment. But because he, in desperate condition, he called out his youngest son to whom he loved, Narayana. So 4 of these Vishnu Dutas, they came and they are asking him the questions. And that question, it is given in the text number 39. And that question is, the meaning. What is the meaning of dharma? Dharmasya tattvam. What is the meaning of dharma? Then another question is the symptom of adharma. What is adharma? What is the lakshana? Adharmasya lakshanam. And how that they are punished, the process of punishment. Another question is, who is the actual candidate for punishment? Is it this Ajamil come in that category? Who are the candidate for the punishment? And whether all karmis are punishable or only some of the karmis. Karmis means who are in the material world want to enjoy the fruits of their results. They're all karmis. They work hard. It may be good work, a bad work, a pious work, impious work. They all want to get the results of their hard work and enjoy or suffer, but mostly they do it for enjoyment. Now Yamdutas are responding in text number 40, 41, 42, 45. So these are the Narayan, and that is Narayan means the one who is situated in his own abode. So Dhamni, and he controls the whole manifested or 3 modes of material nature. So one may think of doing sinful activity secretly when no one is seeing, but there are witnesses. Narayan causes these witnesses to appear. Those witnesses are the sun. You read already in the previous verses. Sun, fire, sky, air, demigods, moon, evening, day, night, directions, water, land, super soul himself, the Paramatma is there. Or Yamaraj is also witnesses. All witnesses the activity of the Jiva. So you cannot hide or you cannot get out of this control. It's a very tight control. Material world control is different. And the candidate for punishment are those who are confirmed by these witnesses to have performed adharma. Then they have to be punished. So these are the witnesses, and then he is brought, the soul is brought to the court of Yamraj, and according to these witnesses, he is being punished. So whatever according to their sinful activity. And everyone under the mode is punishable. Whether it is a punishment also that even if you go to higher planetary system, you may enjoy, but Shine Punne Mrityu Lokam Vishanti. You enjoy, but then you fall down also. So now, so everyone under the mode, we are in 3 modes. Mode of goodness, patient, ignorance, they all are punishable. Mode of goodness, that he feels that he is very honest, very straightforward, hardworking, paying his taxes in time, very sweet is speaking. So he gets attached to this material world. So that is, so mode of goodness, mode of patience, they work very, very hard. They want to, means it's so hard, and they want to get the results of their hard work. They want opulence, they want everything big. They want to earn more and more money, 1 job, 2 job. So those are, their food is different. It is all given in 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. 3 modes are of material nature. And the mode of tamogun, he lies down, drinks, takes stale food, wine and meat and so many other abominable activities like this Ajamil was doing. So now text number 45, this is all is spoken in the response to the questions by the Vishnudutas. And so they are asking the question. So now, so this is part of that question, and it is being answered. Text number 45. Yena yavan yatha dharmo veva samihitah sa eva tatphalam bhungte tatha tavad amutra vai amutra. The next slide, that is called amutra. Translation and purport. It has nothing to do, mutra in Hindi, it is called urine, but it has nothing to do with that substance. It is completely different. That is the next life. So translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In proportion to the extent of one's religious activity in this life, one must enjoy or suffer the corresponding reactions of his karma in the next. So whatever he is doing, pious activity, pious is religious or irreligious. Irreligious means not according to the Vedic scriptures. He does against that. That is all irreligious activity. And they do in this life, and then he enjoys or suffers the resultant or corresponding reactions of his karma in the next life, and also in this life, and also at the court of Yamaraj also. So even pious activity, they also have to suffer because they get ended. So it is two sides of the same coin. It is not different, because you have to remain in the material world. And material world means pangs of Adi Devik, Adi Bhautik, Adhyatmik, or Janma Mrityu, Jara Vyadhi. Those are there with everybody. Yeah, so we have been rotating through all these 8.4 billion species of life from time immemorial, and only human life is the only gateway to get out. But if you use it just to enjoy or suffer, then that is not proper. We are misusing. It's a very, very valuable life, human life. Only human life you can get out, not any other life, even demigod life. So demigods are waiting in a line to take birth in Bharatvarsh, but in the womb of a person here in the material world, so that way they could do some devotional service and could get out from this material entanglement forever. So as stated in Bhagavad Gita 14:18, ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्वस्थ मध्ये तिष्ठति राजसः जगन्य गुणवृत्तिस्था अधो गच्छन्ति तामसः. Those who act in mode of goodness are promoted to higher planetary system to become demigods. Those who act in the ordinary way and do not commit excessive sinful acts remain within the middle planetary system. And those who perform abominable sinful actions, that is in mode of ignorance. So all these three are in mode of goodness, they go to higher planetary system and enjoy. They become demigods. And the passionate people, then they remain in the middle planetary system, like Earth planet is a middle planetary system. And who are in mode of ignorance, then they perform abominable sinful activity, and they must go down to the hellish planet. People, the background on this that we discussed already, that this is answers are being taught or told by Yamdutas. And so we are part of Krishna. And the living body, like we have to move. We have been given senses. So senses, working senses, yeah, knowledge acquiring senses, and they have to be utilized. It is meant for our activity. But activity should be directed through the scriptures, through the Vedas, Dharmam to Sakshat Bhagavad Pranitam. And in the human body only we can understand. So not even for a moment one can be idle. Even Krishna also have to work. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu story says that although he has Parasya Saktir Vivideva Shruvite, I have so many energies, but still I work to give example to the people so they don't sit idle. Natash in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.3.19, na tat karyam savidyat. So there is na tat samasyabhya adhikasya cha drashyate. So he does not have to work. Krishna does not have to work. Na tat karyam karanam cha vidyate. Na tat samasyabhya adhikasya drashyate. Parasya shaktir vividaiva shruyate. Swabhavaki jnana balakriya cha. So Krishna also is that he does not have any activity. He has so many energies. Jnana balakriya. So jnana, that is say there are three. So he does not have to gyan knowledge. And then you want to enjoy. The kriya is enjoyment. But Krishna has nothing to do with this material world. But he does work. He does come, do all the work. Like he came as Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, from all the incarnation has come. But he goes to take the cows, grazes the cows, milks the cows. He plays with gopis. So there are so many activity. He kills so many demons. He establishes the religious principles. He goes to Hastinapur and he drives his chariot. So why he has to do all this? because he wants to create relationship, and because there are devotees and he wants to keep them happy, and another purpose that he wants to create a pastimes, so we could sing like we are singing even now, his pastimes. So so Krishna, so we are active, working according to the particular mode of a particular mode. Really, the modes are given according to our thinking, feeling, willing, according to our food, according to our residence, according to our. So all these things makes us certain modes, that we are in certain modes. Although only by devotional service we can transcend the modes. So in Shastra, they describe mostly about the three modes, but we have to go beyond these three modes to Bhagavad mode, like completely mode of like Vasudev Sattva, completely pure, without any mixture of any another modes. So we call ourselves civilized because we could go fast with the speed. Like dog cannot go, but we sit in a aeroplane or a vehicle or four-wheeler or Sputnik, but we do not know what is our destiny. So even if you go to very, very fast mode or very, very way, but what is your destiny? People do not know. And there is space is unlimited with any speed. Panthastu koti satavatamyo vayo rathapi manaso Pungavanam sopyasti yatra pradyasyamya vichinta tatve govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami. According to Brahma Samhita, that panthatu koti satavatsara sampragam, that even we go with the speed of like mind, but still we cannot really reach to our supreme goal. So we have to know what is the goal, how to obtain the goal, what is sambandha, avideya, prayojan, what is our. So prayojan has to be known, otherwise we are just running here and there with no aim, no purpose in life, and we get lost and again take birth into the material world. So real Vishnu, nate vedu swargatim hi Vishnu. Our swarth, our ultimate destination, our real aim should be Vishnu or Krishna. So that is our real declaration. So what is the destination? So we are part of God. We are part of Krishna, and we are meant to serve him, because the part is to serve the whole, like the hand, fingers has to put the food in the stomach, or we have to water the root. So part is part has to serve the whole. But because we did not do our duty properly, or we wanted to get out of this, so we fell down to the material world, and then we are suffering from time immemorial. And now in this human life, athato brahma jigyasa, now we have this human life, so it is now prerogative for us to go back home, back to Godhead, in the living devotional service to Krishna. Our goal has to be to serve Krishna, and that way we could be with Krishna and enjoy with him. It's not that activities are finished. Activity is here in the material world, activities are there in the spiritual world. The work is practically but it is in relation to Krishna, in service to Krishna. Krishna sukhe ka tatparya mai seva, for happiness of Krishna. And if he is happy, then his parts will automatically be happy. So we fell down because of our different desire. So we have to have a fixed goal in our life, and that goal is to go back home, back to Godhead, not to go to the hellish planet, just like this Ajamil is being brought, or Yamraj's Dooth came to take him away to hellish planets because of his sinful activity. So dog is running with 4 legs. We are running on 4 wheels or whatever it is. But unless we have take our destiny, whatever running speed, we cannot be called civilized. Civilized means that people, they say, oh, we have so much advanced, but that is not advancement. The real advancement is how much we have developed our love for Godhead, how much we are in the process of devotional service, how much we know about the scriptures, how much we love our other children of Krishna, how much we love Krishna, and what kind of life we are leading. So all these things. So Maya, it means the Maya, that is, we are servant of our desires, are servant of Maya, but we have to become servant of Krishna and serve him wholeheartedly. So we are running, give me some job after degrees, then we want to go and get certain jobs so we could earn money. Dharma, artha, kam, moksha. So by this dharmic process, we want to earn money and then money we want to enjoy our senses, and then we get tired, we want to be liberated or become free from this material entanglement. But that is not, that is Kato Dharma. Our real Dharma is fifth Purushartha, and that is loving devotional service to Krishna. Like there was at Majumdar's place, and this Haridas Thakur was there, and he was saying that even just by chanting, unlike this Ajamil chanted without even his knowledge, he was chanting Nama Bhas. So these three stages: Nama Prad, Nama Bhas, and then third is pure chanting, Shuddha Sattva. So he said that this going to liberation, but then this his servant was saying, Ramchandra is saying, oh, people take so much austerities, it is so difficult. How it is just by just chanting with Nama Bhas, one can get free from this material entanglement. And then he becomes so outrageous, and he says that if you are wrong, then I will cut your nose. And Haridas Thakur says it's okay. He did not say, but within couple days, he was disrespecting Haridas Thakur, the Namacharya, and within 3 days he developed leprosy and his nose fell down. So anyway, so our Swarup is to be Jivira Swarupa, Krishna Nityadas. We should not become servant of Maya. Maya servant means fulfilling our material desires. We should act according to the scriptural injunction, according to the desire. Like so, Guru Sadhu Shastra, that has to be there, and then we have to consult this. So we have been suffering life after life, and we think that okay, we just make some change, that is because of the Maya, and I would be happy. So there is life. So not that life is ended. It's like once we die, you just enjoy, eat, drink, be merry. Yeah, Rinam Kartva Ghatam Pevet. Yavat Jevet, Sukam Jevet, Rinam Kartva. That is Charvak. He's saying that you beg, borrow, or steal, and then you enjoy your senses. But we are eternal spirit soul. We are not the body. And so just putting our senses in the touch with the sense objects, it does not end our cycle of birth and death. We will still have to take another life, another life, another life. So whether it is adharma and dharma. Dharma does not mean faith. Dharma is what is according to the religious principles. Dharmam to sakshat bhagavat pranitam. That original constitutional position, that is dharma. And adharma is like say Maya or without. So dharma does not mean faith. Faith can be changed, but dharma cannot be changed. Like dharma of water is to be liquid, have certain taste. Dharma of sugar is to be sweet, and dharma of fire is to be heat and light. So everything has a dharma, and our dharma is to serve Krishna. Jiver Swarupa Krishna Nitya Das. We are eternally servant of Krishna. That is our constitutional position. And Krishna is the enjoyer. We are not the enjoyer. Bhoktaram Yagitapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Shuhadam Sarvabhutanam Yajyatva. So let Krishna enjoy. We should facilitate his enjoyment. Yagya, tab, whatever you do, sacrifices or austerities, and he is the supreme controller, Sarvaloka Maha Ishwar, great controller. But he is our well-wisher, and he is instructing us from within as Paramatma, and without a spiritual master, through scripture, through so many ways that he is giving us instruction, and we should take his instruction seriously, and not to try to become controllers, not to try to become enjoyers, not to try to become like controller, enjoyer, and owner. Krishna owns everything. Isha Vashyam Idam Sarvam Yatkena Jagatyam Jagat Tena Tyaktena Bunjita Ma Gradakasya Svidadhanam. So we should not claim others' property. Whatever is there, we come empty hand, naked, and we go empty hand. There is nothing, even our body remains here. So body is not our, we are a spirit soul part of Krishna. So Ishvara, who is God? Ishvara Parama Krishna. That is given in like Brahma Samhita, first verse. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Ekele Ishvara Krishna, only is controller is Krishna, our Sababhratya. We are all his Bhratyas. So even here in this material world, even if there is a big precedent of like United States, they all could be pulled down from there. But Krishna cannot be pulled down. Krishna always remains in his position. Nobody is higher or equal to him. Nobody is greater than him. pious activity, that is men's pious activity, is to be controlled by God. We cannot become controller, as I told. We are not independent. We are dependent on Krishna for everything, from our birth to death, for our knowledge, for our food, for our air, for our heat, for everything we depend on Krishna. So why not to serve him? Why we serve our own senses? Because we cannot enjoy all these things forever. So we will be pushed out of our place. So better that we understand this is scriptural injunction and then follow the rules and regulation of the scripture and go back home. It's easy for a simpler person, and it's very difficult for a person who wants to fight with Krishna, who wants to usurp the position of Krishna, who wants to steal from Krishna, who wants to enjoy himself separately from Krishna. We will enjoy, but in connection with Krishna. Krishna's all friends, they have, you see that how they have one parties and Krishna is eating and he's sharing with everybody. They're all laughing and joking. And so, but Brahma became envious. And he said, how? He is God? How come he is God? He's eating remnants of his even friends and he steals. And how come it is all this? So he wanted to test it. And then he got naturally that Brahma then later on when he knew that Krishna became all the cow like calves and like little baby cows and the children, all his friends, and not only that, their dresses, their language, their word, everything that he became. Then he understood that this is my supreme Lord. Let me go and beg pardon of him. But Krishna did not even speak a word because he separated his devotees from him. But Indra also did, he wanted to kill everybody. Brahma did not do that. His offense was much greater. But somehow Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill and everybody was underneath the Govardhan hill. So he united his devotees, and that's why Krishna was happy. And then he did Abhishek and everything that you all know. So Bhakta is Krishna, and only there is no one other than Krishna who is supreme Parameshwar, Parameshwar, supreme controller. And Yanti Deva Vrata, Devan Pitran Yanti Pitra Vrata. So if we worship Devta, we go to Devta Lok. If we worship Pitras, then we go to Pitra Lok. And if we worship demigods, we go to demigod planet. But if we worship Krishna, we go to Krishna's abode. So Bahunam Janvanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabha. After many births, if our all the pious activity, Agyat Sukriti, collected so much, then so we become wise and then we surrender to Krishna. That there is nothing else that I can do. Let me surrender to Krishna. Krishna, please protect me. Please engage me in your loving devotional service. Hare Krishna mantra. That means it is not like Hare Ram and then Ram became Krishna, and it is not correct. The correct is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So that is the means Radha Raman. Ram means Radha Raman. Krishna means all attractive. So I will discuss a little bit more about this, that we have to enjoy or suffer according to our activity and according to our what we are doing. It is all the work is done by the modes of material nature. But how modes are there? How modes work? We have to understand. So the jiva. So we are jiva. So jiva means one who is alive, who has astitva, and we have yatratva, kartratva, bhoktratva. So, but that is all according to the Krishna. We could. So Prakriti. So what is the kartratva? Kartratva means what he has to do. That we desire for heavenly planet, then they may do yagyas. So there are many, but if there is no activity, there is no karta, shastra. So Shastra says that he could do, this would be the result. So they tell us, but our result has to be to serve Krishna and go back home, back to Godhead. So we somehow by Brahm or illusion, we think that I am the doer, because this is our thinking, feeling, willing is there, but we think, feel, then we have to suffer. This Prakriti, in Bhagavad Gita, there is a verse, Prakatehi Kriyamanani Gunai Karmani Sarvasha Ankara Vimudatma Kartaham iti manyate Prakate Kriyamanani. Prakriti is doing everything. Prakriti means Prakriti more made of 3 gunas, and that is doing according to our gun, just like the puppets is working, acting, but it is puppeteer is making him dance, because we have certain activities, certain way that we living, then this gunas are given to us, imparted on us, and but we out of pride, ahankar, we think that we are the doer, but there is string of the puppet can be cut down at any time, and then we are right there. So this is according to Maya Baddha. But if we are free from that, then it is really that we are really, our real work starts when we are free from Maya, when we are free from dictation of the material modes of material nature. We work because our we forget that it is not me, but it is Krishna. According to my devotion, he is it is Prakriti is acting on me. So I hope that can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. So if we get entangled in this Maya Jal. Jal is like the pash, Maya pash. We are trapped into. So this is so kartratva. So then once that we are in certain mode, then we don't have any activity. It is done by Maya. Maya is making us dance, but we should dance according to the desire of Krishna, not according to the Maya. Maya means what it is not there. Maya is a servant of Krishna and to test us that whether we are pure, we are purified of our desire. So main thing that we have to control our desires. If there is a desire, then we are under the material desires. So there are desire would be there even in the spiritual kingdom, but that is to serve Krishna. But if we have material desire, then we have to remain in the material world. So like if somebody is haunted by a ghost, then he will act according to what the ghost is working. So we are all hunted. Maya is like a ghost, and so Maya Baddha Jeev. So it is work. All the activity by the Maya Baddha Jeev is done by the Prakriti, and superintendent of the Prakriti is Durga Devi. So we are not Karta, we are not the doer. It is Maya who is doing, or Prakriti is doing. But do we have any independence? Yes, we have independence. But not complete independence, not like Krishna. So Krishna is making us dance according to what? Like you have this Bhagavad Gita 1861, there is Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hardeshe Arjuna Tisthati Brahmiyan Sarvabhutanam Yantra Rudani Maya. So our activity is according to Parameshwar, according to Krishna. Kartratva is according to what Krishna wants us to do. That's why I say, make me dance, oh dear Krishna. Whatever Aslishya Padratam Pinastuma, Madarshanam Marmatam Karotava, Yatha Tatava Vidadhatu Labhato, Manta Prananatastu, Sa Eva Na Param. So what we have independence, the little minute independence is to serve Krishna or to serve Maya. If we don't want to serve Krishna, then serve Maya. We have to forcibly that we are forced to serve Maya. Without even knowing we are serving Maya at every step because of our sense enjoying propensity. But what is our independence? That he can desire, but without sanction of Krishna, we cannot do anything, whether it is bad or good, whether it is going towards Maya or going towards Krishna. But because we desire, and that's why we have to suffer or enjoy because of wrong desire. So desire is Maya, and we should not desire wrong, and that we have to understand through the scripture, through Guru, through Sadhu, through many ways that Krishna is saying, Jiva Jago, Jiva Jago. You understand your duty, what you have to do. Gaura Chana Bole, Kota Nidra, Kota Maya, Vishachira Kole, that we are sleeping in the lap of Maya. And how long will you sleep? Wake up, get up. So all the strength are giving, and that is done by Krishna. and that is given by Krishna to do any activity, bad or good, and we follow the rules and regulation, what is given in the scripture, and we do right way, then we don't have to suffer. Otherwise, we have to suffer. So the jiva is the responsible for his good or bad work, not Krishna. Krishna is, but because we are desiring, thinking, feeling, willing, so thinking, that is the desiring. So if we desire, and that's why we become responsible for our activity. So how to correct the desire? Then ultimately it will come. So we will discuss on those things. So Krishna is not responsible for good or bad karma. Neither he enjoys or suffers our activity. It is we suffer and we enjoy the activity, but enjoyment in the material world is also suffering. Enjoyment, ये ही स्पर्श जाब होगा दुख योनय एवते आदि अंतवंत तो कौनतेय न तेषु रमते बुध आदि अंतवंत. So there is a adi, beginning and end of this sparshaja. We want to bring our senses to the object of the senses. That is called tanmatra, like smell and taste and sound and touch. And so all these things we do because we enjoy through our knowledge acquiring senses, but they could be changed. Like there may be some desire for whatever food or something, but then you just try that, no, it is not mine, I should not eat. It may be like doctor advising that it will make you more and more sick. Then naturally you do not eat that. So, but if you forcibly you eat, you have to get the result. Result and reaction is up to you. Just like there are so many different seeds and different soils, different soil. But if you put the seed, it is in the seed itself, the karma. So seed, it will have different kind of trees. Some are sour, some are nice looking trees, some are bad looking trees, some are big, some are small. It is not the soil, which is, but it is the seed itself. So we are sowing the seed and we have to get the result. So according to our previous karma that we have done, we get the result according to the karma. So it is our vasana, our desires, vasana or desire. So just like a cow has been tied up with a 20-foot rope, so she could move around 20 feet, not beyond that. If she tries, she has to suffer because it will pull her neck, and in the horse there is a lagam, and then he will be stopped. He will have to bleed inside the mouth because of that device is there in the mouth. So we are free to think over, because Krishna has given us freedom to think something, to think, to go to Krishna, to think, to enjoy in the material world, remain here in the material world. But the fulfilling activity is done by Krishna. So we are not free. We cannot do whatever we want. It is up to Krishna whether he sanctions or not. You may say, why does he sanction bad things? Because he has given us this minute independence. We are not like robots. We are not like a stone that you just push it and it will roll down. Otherwise, there is no law. Law means freedom has to be there, but minute freedom. We are not Swarat, but Krishna is Swarat. He is completely independent. So we are Krishna's Das. So Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem. Krishna Prem is there in everybody. Everybody is a Sadhya Kabudnaya, Shravana Adi Shuddha Chitte Karaya Udaya. If we hear it properly, why Krishna is completely Swarat, no, but not Krishna is completely. But now Krishna cannot be covered by Maya. We covered by Maya. And so if we hear Shranadi Shuddha Chitte, become free from this entanglement. So we are Tatastha Shakti. We are part of the Tatastha Shakti. So when there is, we chant, and then Krishna Ladini Shakti is planted in our heart, and then because of the employment, it comes in the form of Krishna Prem, and then she makes us like suitable to serve Krishna. So Aham Bhagavato Anshosmi Sada Dashosmi Sarvata, that we are Nitya Das, Nitya Krishna Das. we are Nitya Krishna Das, but how we have not Krishna Das now? See, like there is I gave you example before that there is a Rajkumar. Rajkumar means a prince, and he becomes hunted by someone, and he is not well, but he is still a son of a king, Rajkumar. But now he hits his father, and he just tears his clothing and just lies down naked and does not really know what he is doing. But then after some time, he is being treated by Raj Vaidya, and then his Unmad stage is gone, and then he comes back to his normal position, that he respects his parents, he obeys, he dresses decently like a prince, and he follows all the commands that have been given to him. But before that, even when he was hunted, he was still a Rajkumar. So even we are also hunted, but we are still a servant of Krishna, even in that stage. We cannot just say that at that time. So we are hunted for millions and billions and billions of years, that we are hunted by Krishna, not Krishna, by Maya. And Maya pushes us. And a day would come by taking the process that we become cured of our hunting process by Maya. We will become free from Maya. Maya will give up her that no, he is a Krishna Das. Krishna Das, yehi Vishwas, karlo tar dukha nahi. So as long as that bhukti mukti sprayavat, as long as that comes and slaps us, oh, you want this bhukti, the bhoga of this material world, you want to become close to like Sayuja Mukti. As long as these desires are there, then Maya would ride on us, and we have to follow the Maya's dictation. So Krishna is
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Is it okay? You can hear?
The voice is
Can you
breaking.
hear?
The voice is breaking.
Okay,
Prabhu.
okay. I will come. I will keep that cell phone closer to me, so
Thank
that way are closer to me. Okay. So Krishna, because Krishna is unlimited, so he produces unlimited children. Eko ham bhaushyam, that he is one, but to
I think
directness in the Bhagavad Dasatva. Okay. So Krishna, just like we say, Mahaprashade Govinde Nama Brahmani Vaishnave Swalpa Punyavatam Rajan Vishwaso Naiva Jayate. Mahaprashade means in the Mahaprasad are Govinda, Krishna, and Mahaprashade Govinde Nama Brahmani, Krishna's name, and all the Vaishnava, Namani Vaishnava. So we do not have faith in all this because of the Maya's effect. But if you develop faith in all these things, then we could become free very, very easily. And then we can enjoy with Krishna in the spiritual kingdom, and that is Bhakta Tattva. So Nitya Mukta and Nitya Baddha, both are Chitkand, both are, but our knowledge has been covered by Maya. And Nitya Mukta Jiv is used according to Krishna's desire, and Nitya Baddha Jiv, he is not really anugrahit by Krishna. Now you may say, why Krishna? Because he did not do any activity, he did not do anything to please. So we should chant the holy name. Holy name is Krishna itself. We should glorify Krishna by going so Nam, Roop, Gun, Leela, Entourage, all these things by taking just the chanting the name. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has made it so simple, so easy. So Maya would go away. Maya is like Krishna Surya Sam, Maya hai andhakar. Jahan Krishna, tahar nahi, Maya radhikar. Wherever there is Krishna, there is no Maya, cannot come out that. So whether we are with Krishna, then on Krishna there is no. If we are with Krishna, there is no Maya. If like somebody is grinding the grain, but the grain which comes closer to the keel, to the central part, they are not crushed. So we should come closer to Krishna, then Maya cannot have any effect on us. So one may have a question or doubt that we are Nitya Baddha, and that is because of Krishna. So should we put like Krishna is, he gave us, why did Krishna give us Anusutantrata? He gave us so that we can serve Krishna by free will, not according to our desires. His many things that we can talk, but I will end here. Any comments or questions we can discuss these things.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. What a beautiful class. What an amazing class. You gave so many references from Shastras, from Bhagavad Gita. So beautiful. He talked about the senses, how the senses should be engaged in service of the Supreme Lord. He talked about the desires, that our desires should be according to the desires of Shastras, Guru and Sadhu, so we can serve Krishna. You beautifully talk about how Dharam, Artha, Kam, Moksha will not give us happiness, but the real being servant of Krishna will give us the real happiness, which is true. We feel that. I love your comment on Yavat Jivet, Sukham Jivet. Most of the people are in this category, honestly speaking, because most of the people today, they don't want to listen about God or Shastras or any, listen to anyone, any superior authority, but they try to enjoy, as you said, Yavat Jive, Sukha Jive, Gritva Pive. I heard that. It's beautiful. But we should be serving Krishna. That's how we can be happy. And you nicely talked about the Brahma Vimohan Leela, where Brahmaji got bewildered. And you nicely spoke about how Maya can bewilder anyone but not Krishna. Jahan Krishna taha nahi Maya adhikar. So very, very, very beautiful class. So many beautiful points, so many beautiful references. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for coming on the call, and such a beautiful class. I ask dear devotees, if there is any questions or reflections, please raise your hand and go ahead and ask Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
For your comments.
Thank
and
you.
Analyze this short way that you made it everything. You summarized.
Thank you. Thank you. Please bless. Prabhu, I see already Mahindra Mataji has his hand raised.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. I have a question. What is the difference between desires and expectations?
Desires, that is the soul's characteristic. Thinking, feeling, willing. So willing is like desiring also, you may say. And expectation, that we expect some result out of that. That this is I am desiring and I will expect such and such thing would come out of this. But that is up to, that is in the hand of Krishna. Desiring is innate in all the, if we are living being, there would be a desire. It may be good desire, bad desire, according to Shastra, or without Shastra, dharma or adharmic, like looking towards Maya and enjoying, or it may be towards Krishna. But expectation is not in our hand. We may think of expectation ahead of the time. If I do this, this will happen. But this will happen or not happen, it is not in our hand. It is the fulfillment is done by Krishna, or you may say Maya also, that she may listen to your request. Now, is it Maya is also the controller? Maya is not the controller, Krishna, but he lets, just like a king controls his children, direct children, but king does not have to do anything with the praja, his agents. So it is the agents. Maya is also one of the agent of Krishna, and Yamaraj is also agent of Krishna, and they act accordingly, but Krishna is under protection and under direction of, like a devotee is under the direction of Krishna directly. Just like you hear that Akbar Badshah's story, that when Birbal, he threw a tie of his son, Akbar Badshah's son, he jumped immediately the king, although king had so many servants. But his energies are acting. So Krishna acts for his devotees. So that we have to understand. So desiring and expectation. Expectation is the results. that we expect by doing. If I do this and this, if I get this degree, I will get a nice job, I will be able to enjoy, I will earn such and such money, and that we go more and more and more. Okay.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
You're
Krishna.
welcome, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for the beautiful question. Thank you, Prabhu. Very nice explanation. Sukakara Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Prabhu, you're on mute.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Samik Rishi Prabhu, so nice, so wonderful. I got one question, Prabhuji. Now, this Shravanam, Kirtanam, and Vishnu Smaranam. So what we can see from Prahlad Maharaj, that since he was remembering Smaranam of Krishna so much that what all things that Hiranyakashipu did, it did not affect. Even he was trying to burn him through his sister, but he didn't burn, that the lady got burned. So I think the Smaranam is more important. You as a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, can you help us how we can, see, they are written, always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. We know theoretically, but how do we bring that into practice? How the Smaranam can be improved, increased? Though we are chanting, but the Smaranam is not coming throughout. So I want your suggestion, the way you are giving class, I know you are remembering 25/7. You are a pure devotee. So give us some, we are begging you.
I'm
Yes,
not.
please.
No. Okay, it's a very nice question, very good question. I appreciate you are asking this question. But see, how you will remember unless you chant, you keep Krishna in front of you, you serve him with your all faculties. So Shravan, like Rashikesha Rashikena Sevanam Bhakti Ruttama. If you serve, then you will remember, but not that you could remembering or Smaranam. Smaran is after Shravan and Kirtan. When you have Shravan, you hear about like Parikshit Maharaj is hearing, and Kirtan is done by Sukdev Goswami. And after that, Parikshit Maharaj remembered and he's asking questions. But without even saying or without hearing, how you will remember? So first, the stages Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam. So Smaran would be there. And in the name, see in the name itself, it is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's glory. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has imbued the name with, if you hear properly, if you chant properly, then after Nam, Rupa, you will see the form of the Lord. Then you will see the qualities of the Lord. Then you will see Nam, Rup, Gun, Leela, all the pastime you could just see. In the name itself, all these things are there, and you will be able to see, remember these pastimes. It will appear automatically. The name will produce, give you all this result. But if you don't chant properly, then all these things would not have any meaning. It would not come. The remembrance would not come without chanting the name of Krishna. We have to follow the scriptural injunctions. So name has everything, including remembrance. If you love somebody, but you love because you have heard, like Rukmini Devi heard about Krishna from Narad Muni in her childhood, that he's so beautiful, he's so nice. So she was always thinking of him because she heard of us. That is Shravan. So Shravan has to be first, and then the Smarana would come automatically later stages. But not that how you could remember, like you are seeing me in the, but I never met you, you do not know me. Then how you will remember me without really seeing, talking, seeing the activity? So love starts after you start serving, you start chanting the name, you want to do some stuff. So all these things happens step by step. Smaran is Prahlad Maharaj because he heard from Narad Muni about Krishna. So he remembered that, oh, how nice, wonderful Krishna is. So let me just depend on him. But that is later on. If he would have not heard, how he would remember?
Prabhuji, a good point. I understood. But Narad Muni, Prahlad Maharaj was lucky that he was inside the womb of Kayadu. And when Narad Muni told, there was no distraction. He heard fully and got absorbed. So when he came out, he was completely Krishnaized. But in our case, we are listening, we are coming to the Japa Sangha, we are reading, but not able to remember 24/7. Not able to just every time Krishna, 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 Krishna. That is not there. That fire of that is what because sorry for asking such questions. It may be very crazy question, but
no,
I'm
it
really
is not
burning.
Prabhu, do not think like that. It is not any question about Krishna is not crazy. If it is something material, how I enjoy my senses, That is crazy. But Krishna's, you want to clarify these points for everybody, including you and including me also.
Prabhu, while chanting, can we remember about some Damodar Leela? We can think of that and chant, or it is like we cannot do multitasking. I want to know whether that can be done. Okay, we cannot read and chant, but can we just think of some Leela and chant Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Leela, or that is not right? When chanting, only listen, it should go into there. Don't take the mind in any other full Krishna Leela. Like that, I'm not getting that taste of that. Nama Ruchi is not coming fully, Prabhuji. I'm doing 16 rounds, 20 rounds, 25 rounds, just doing it, but not absorbed, not getting blissfulness. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Sorry, all will just think I'm like a mad. I'm just doing. Please don't feel bad, Raj Prabhu and all, because I'm just giving my heart out to Prabhuji.
Okay, very, very good question, Prabhuji. Very good realization what is happening. But see, Prabhu, we are in the material world for time immemorial. We do not know. And it is the Agyat Sukrati, you may say, or your good activity, good karma, Krishna conscious karma. You are serving some Vaishnavas, and so gradually it builds. It's not, if you have started, say, in this lifetime, it may take few more lifetimes, but gradually those things and the test will come. It's
I'm
not,
so
we
afraid.
cannot
I got Prabhuji, I got initiated in 1993, got the Brahmin clearance in 1998. So long years. So I'm really praying that I don't want to come back and go to another mother's womb and suffer as told by Kapil Dev Devuti Mataji in the blood, in the pool of blood, in the small place, and Kapa, Vada, Pitta. Oh, great Maharaj, please. I don't want to do that.
Then with that intense that yes, hellish planets has been shown in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So we are afraid of those, and we should be afraid. Even Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Dukkha Dosha, we should see that it is suffering. So that is good. And that way we could do intensely, we would be attached to Krishna. Intensely we will think of Krishna. Oh my, minute there is some accident. Oh Krishna, please protect me, or please save me. So that would come. Krishna's name would come. Others will say, oh my Bap, I'm drowning. Protect me. So and love Krishna. So if you want, naturally we see his qualities, then naturally we'll get attached. Before you are attached, you think of him. Like say for the language, if somebody is attacking, you will speak in the first language would be the what you learned in the beginning of your childhood. You will speak in that language. Same thing, if you love Krishna, you will think of him. And if you could think of Krishna at the time of death, yam yam vapi spranam bhavam tejityante kalevaram tam tame vaiti konte sada tad bhava bhavita. So you will be able to think of Krishna. And sometime a spiritual master comes and reminds you. So it is many, many things, like he told about many other devotees also, that I will come and save you, or remind you. So don't worry, you do go on your duty, chanting, remembering, spreading Krishna consciousness, distributing books, taking Diti Seva, decorating Ditis. You do all those things, they are all very nice. All this activity has to be done and in association of devotees, and gradually that would come. Don't be so much like in rush or why it is not having. Just feeling this is good, but let Krishna do his own way. That's why Gopi says, Aslishtiva Padartham Pinustumam. You are my worshipable Lord, life after life. So I just worship you, whether you crush me or you are or embrace somebody else in front of me, doesn't matter. I'm yours. So we just feeling with that feeling according to this like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sikshastakam, naturally we will have a proper position at that time.
Thanks for encouragement.
Things to world. Yeah.
Thank you for encouragement, Prabhuji, because I'm going for a Govardhan Eco Village 3 days retreat, 3rd, 4th, and 5th August in Bombay. With Gauranga Prabhu, Radhanath Maharaj disciple. I hope it will help me to get my mood better. But I am not worried about hellish planet. I am worried about mother's womb and the death, 40,000 scorpion hitting, in the heart. These two are around me. And then Jara and Vyadi, that's also there. So all are dangerous, and just Krishna, please save all of us, every one of us, the whole world.
Okay, that's a good desire like Vasudeva Datta. So it's a good, then we should feel that they are dangerous and I should not enter through that activity again. People don't, so many people, oh, I have to come back again, I have to take birth. What does it mean? If I become a monkey or a sparrow, they don't care. Many people, because they have no scriptural knowledge. Because you have a scriptural knowledge, that's a very good, and one should be afraid of all these things. Okay.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Thank for your blessings. Thank you very much.
Thank you, bro.
आपका आशीर्वाद चाहिए.
नहीं, आप भी आशीर्वाद मुझे दीजिए, so I could also feel like that.
Prabhuji, I am at your feet. आपका धूल चाहिए, चरण धूल चाहिए, please. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Das Om Tavasvi. Thank you, Prabhuji, Raj Prabhu.
Thank you, Sukakara Prabhu. Thank you for the questions.
Every day I ask so many questions, I waste your time. I feel bad, and every time I jump and ask. But I am asking about everybody, Prabhu. Please, Prabhu. Sorry.
Are no, Prabhu. Are no. As Samik Rishi Prabhu said, your questions are regarding Krishna, so that's good. If you would have to ask something material or something mundane, of course we would stop you. But your questions are so beautiful, Prabhu. So you should ask. Thank you so much, actually. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Sheetal Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Dhanavad Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gurudev ki jai. Prabhuji, how can we differentiate between desire of mind and desire of soul? How it works, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna.
Yeah, it's a good question, Mata. Desire of soul and desire of mind. Mind has a adhogati. It always desires some sense enjoyment, because that is what it is. We have been trained to enjoy our senses from time immemorial. But desire of the soul is always soul in its a pure condition, would not desire something material. It will always desire to serve Krishna. It will always desire to be with Krishna, to be in the spiritual world. So desire, if you see, like if you dream of some Krishna or Seva or something, now Janmashtami is coming, let me prepare for Janmashtami, let me buy something for Krishna, let me prepare so many chappan bhog for Krishna. So that is that is desire of the soul, because soul is directly connected to Krishna. We are part of Krishna. And if you desire something material to enjoy, then that is naturally, it is desire of the mind. So mind gati is adhogati, just like the Ganges flows to the ocean. So our mind should always be towards Krishna, not towards material thing. But if it is material, bhautik, then it is mind's disturbances. And if it is spiritual or related to Krishna, his devotees are service, his devotees are any another jiva to bring them back to Krishna's about or distributing his books, anything to do with Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada has so clearly like differentiated in these two things. What is material, what is spiritual. So mind, if it is contaminated, it will desire something to enjoy the senses, bring senses to the sense objects, tanmatra. And other, if it is desire for a spiritual desire, that is for to service to Krishna, to how I could please Krishna, I could please my spiritual master, I could please and bring some forgotten souls to at the lotus feet of Krishna. So it is all, you could analyze those things. But you have to say more specifically, if you talk, like Guhyam Akhirti Prichati, that you ask your inner, then if there is some confusion, then you superior seer and ask him, then he could tell you what is material and what is of the soul, desire of the soul. Okay?
Prabhuji, last few sentences, I couldn't hear you because of the signal.
Oh, so desire of the soul, your question was, and how we know it is desire of the mind. So if it is all material, it is desire of the mind. Mind could also purify, then it is desire of the soul also. Soul expresses through mind, intelligence, this subtle thing. They are also the vehicle. But if it is material desires, you will know by knowing the Shastra that it is dragging me down. It is all my sense enjoyment, not senses of Krishna. Rishikesha Rishikena Sevanam Bhakti Uttama. Uttam Bhakti, serving Krishna through our senses, although they are material. but it is serving Krishna, then anything that comes in touch with Krishna is also spiritualized. You could become Jivan Mukta in this lifetime, even you are, because you are putting everything for service of Krishna. You are free from really, it's not really our hand, our legs, our senses are not material senses. They become spiritualized by serving Krishna. That's why Prabhupada's body is completely spiritual, because he uses all the faculty for service to Krishna. And we use something for Krishna, something for ourselves. And that is still that we are in Maya. So you could say that, can we be some part in Maya and some part? Yes, it happens with every time. That, but we have to spiritualize gradually those also which are going towards Maya. Can you hear now?
Yes, Prabhuji. So Subramaniam Prabhu asked this, that how can we remember Krishna, because Smaranam. So can I ask one more question?
Sure, go ahead.
So when we, like when our mind is not doing, like you said, we supposed, like scripture and everything is saying that we supposed to do, we Rushikena Rushikesha Sevanam Bhakti Yuchate. So the soul supposed to do all the things what in service of Krishna. So if we do all the things that engage us in Krishna, all the activities, then mind automatically remember Krishna, right, Prabhuji?
Yes, correct.
So we don't have to effort for put effort toward make our mind to remember Krishna. It will automatically remember. Just correct me, please.
Yeah, it is simultaneous. You think of service to Krishna, and then you do use your senses in service of Krishna. Then it is automatic. See, mind cannot go on two things together. Mind has only one activity. If you are chanting, you chant. But it may think, because at that time we are not even chanting. When our mind goes hundreds of places, then it is really, mind could dwell only on one object at a time. You could even see even now also, in 2 minutes or 1 minute or few seconds, your mind is going somewhere, then you are somewhere else. You cannot go to other place. So when we are chanting and thinking of something material, then really we are not chanting even. So try, that's why Prabhupada said, and I asked this question to Srila Prabhupada, that was in 1973, when I was in New York, in Henry Street, April 1. And Prabhupada said that you go on chanting, even if your mind is getting distracted, you go on chanting, fulfill your numerical, and by the strength of the holy name, you will be able to correct, or you will be able to control your mind to a more and more better. It may take one lifetime or many lifetime, doesn't matter. But Prabhupada told us clearly that you go on chanting and with numerical and try to bring your mind back again on hearing. Not that we have to think of or remember, but just hear those holy names, and that is very, very powerful. We cannot imagine the strength of the holy name, and that will purify us and purify our mind from going here and there. It still may do it because you have so many things. So that's why Prabhupada said, make your life simpler, and so your mind does not get distracted to many, many things.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Beautiful answer. So true. Our mind is, thank you, Mataji, for asking such a beautiful question. Our mind is so flickering. The other day I was chanting and I'm seeing Tulsi plant right in front of me, and I'm seeing Tulsi plant in a green pot. So my mind connected it that, oh, green pot, plastic pot must be made in China. And then my mind thought, China reached already Mars. So in matter of 2 seconds, my mind was at Mars without any jet or anything. So mind is so strong. It's you see a thing and you connect with it, and it's gone. And for next 10 minutes of chanting, I think I was thinking of Mars, not Krishna. So mind is so strong. We should be able to control that. But as you said, with the years of chanting, hopefully we'll reach there. Thank you so much. What a beautiful answer. Balaram Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Samik Rishi Prabhu, Dandvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, your classes are actually very packed. As Raj Prabhu was telling, so much packed and then so much insight in it. Thank you so much for that. I think my questions are almost answered, because my question was, this Purva Janma Vasana is so strong. That's you called, as conditioning. And I feel myself, how much ever you do, that Vasana is very, very, very strong, in spite of doing chanting, deity worship, so on and so forth. And then I think you also answered about the soul and mind, which gave me a little clarity. But still, my thoughts are still wavering. Maybe you can help that. How do we stop this vasana? It's very difficult. It's not for me, maybe in general for everyone, right? So this vasana is very, very difficult to get out of it.
Because we have still a test of enjoyment from previous desires, like sex life or this and that, and it is for many, many lifetimes, not just human life, but birds and any kind of animals or whatever it is, and it's for millions of lifetimes that we are here. And we have started doing devotional service just for a few years, but that is also very, very strong. It will purify, but by Krishna's wish, Krishna's desire, or by chanting, then all the, like Ajamil just chanted a little bit, but what this Narayans or Vishnu Dutas, they said that even if he had all these things, but because he chanted in a desperate condition without any offense, although his mind was not on this is the story of Ajamil that we are reading, but because he did not do any Vaishnava Prad, that is one thing. It was in a desperate condition. And thirdly, that he was a devotee previously. So Yam Duta, Vishnu Duta said that all the sinful activity is gone. So let our sinful activity or sinful desires have gone, but it is a gradual process. For Ajamil, it was quick because he was a devotee in the previous life or in his earlier part, and even in the past life also. Then he chanted purely when he went to Haridwar. So he understood all this, what is happening, and we will also understand. But these things do take time, and we should depend fully on Krishna. For every activity, whatever the result you may have, you should think it is Krishna wants it, let me enjoy or suffer. It is all Krishna is desire. He is looking after me. So we should always feel in the hand of Krishna and not feel that I'm separate. Why these are, the minute we feel ourselves separate, we are separate, we are cut out. But the minute we feel, or all the time we should feel that there is a hand of Krishna. That's what Prahlad Maharaj felt. That's why he never suffered. So first thing for a good devotee is fearlessness, that you should be fearless. If you are fearing for everything, means we should fear from our sinful activity, but we should not fear what would happen. Prahlad Maharaj never thought, or this, what is that? Draupadi, initially she felt that she could protect, but then she gave up her hand, and depending on Krishna, and Krishna came right away. Or Mirabai, she drank where she had full that this is prasad. Let me just, she offered to Krishna and drank even the poison. Prahlad Maharaj was thrown into the snake pits and into the boiling oil, but he never felt that it would hurt me. We should always feel that if it is hurting, it is the body, not the soul. Arjun was thinking that I'm killing my kinsman, and what would happen to them? Krishna says, no, it is your duty. I want this to happen. That King Yudhishthira sits on the throne. So he said, Krishna wanted that he should be given instruction by Bhishma Dev. So he took them to Bhishma Dev and he gave them instruction. He could not take the instruction from Krishna, although Krishna is Samam Bonam, but he wanted the glory to go to Bhishma Pitama. So anyway, your question is well taken, but because our enjoying propensities from millions of years, it will take certain time.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Balarama Prabhu. Very beautiful question. Thank you, Prabhu, for answering that. our senior devotee Prahlad Anand Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Radhas Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam, Samik Rishi Prabhuji. I hope you recall our meeting last time when I said I am devotee from Towako temple. I don't have any question, but I want to clear some doubts which I have, and regarding the spirit soul having desires. In the second chapter, Bhagavan Krishna described all the qualities of the spirit soul, about 12, 13 qualities there. But I couldn't find where he says that, the desire is inbuilt in a spirit soul. Although I have heard Srila Prabhupada so many times saying that the spirit soul has inbuilt desire. Otherwise, it's a dead stone. So that's what I have heard. And today you confirmed that. So I'm thankful for that. Desires which we have as a spirit soul, and because of the Maya's association, now they become material. And the slok, which is 2.17 Bhagavad Gita, Apunyam Banam Achalam Pratistham Samudramapam Pravisanti Yadvat. Tadvat Kamayam Pravisanti Sarve Sasantim Apnoti na Kam. So in my practice, whatever material desires comes to me, I first of all check and say whether this is material, real, spiritual. There are material desires, of course. But in this slok, Bhagavan Krishna says that one who wants peace does not endeavor to fulfill it. Right? So that's what I try to do. If I'm hungry, of course I have to eat. Right? But as we all know that we have to first of all offer to Lord Krishna Patram Pushpam Phalam. So that's how I try to minimize the desire like that, and that has worked so many times in my own experience. Since 1984, I chant. And another thing about Sukhakar Krishnadas Prabhuji was saying, what to do when our mind flickers when chant. Right? I also heard great devotees, they say, it is best to chant in the morning early hours, Brahma Muhurat Visad. Okay, I try that, but still the mind flickers. Just like Radhas Prabhu was saying that now his mind went to China. So what I do in my own practice is to hear Krishna Katha. Right? Instead of thinking about Gramya Katha, why not hear Krishna Katha? Right? And that helps me so much. My mind remains focused on Krishna Katha. It does not veer to any Gramya Katha. And that has helped me. I feel so good about it. Although Prabhupada has said, everyone says that you must hear the sound. Okay, I hear the sound. First 2, 3, 4 minutes, the mind is gone. Bhagavan Krishna also said, Manastanchalam Stiram, bring it back to like that. But this practice has helped me. That is what was, my experience, and I wanted to share with you. And even today, from 84, I'm chanting. Mind is such a, difficult thing to, but this helps me. I every day hear Krishna Katha whenever I chant like this. And also reading Krishna Katha from Krishna book and then hearing it when chanting. Oh, that keeps my mind so much immersed in Krishna. Of course, I'm not saying that it doesn't flicker like that. It does, but much less. Like that's what is my realization. Thank you for allowing me to say the Prabhuji.
Thank you for sharing your experiences. Very nice. It is good for everybody.
Thank you.
That you have control to so much extent, your mind wandering here and there.
Thank you, Hari.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prahlad Prabhu. It's beautiful. It's good to share the reflections connected to Krishna. So a neophyte devotee like me can learn from the senior devotees. So thank you so much. That's very nice of you. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Sukhakara Prabhu, you have another question?
Thank you very much for giving me a chance. Samik Prabhu, I have got a Gaur-Nitai deity at home and a Laddu Gopal. Now my birthday is coming on 22nd August. My daughter is given me a good Krishna, which is only Krishna with a flute, beautiful flute, and no Radha. I think, can you keep a cow? Because Radha Krishna, big deities, you need a lot of purity and all. So I want your suggestion, can I keep a cow and a Krishna? It is it is made of, what is that? Some nice, not Ashtadhatu. It is like white color. I'll send you the photo, Raj Prabhu. I don't know.
Marble.
Marble. So nice, this one. So I don't want to keep Radha and Krishna. With Krishna, can I keep with cow? Is it okay? Like Venugopal.
Prabhu, if you follow Srila Prabhupada, he wants it all to worship Krishna with Radharani. Krishna is alone. Krishna is really his incomplete. Krishna and Radha together is real Krishna. Krishna expands to Radharani to enjoy his rasa and enjoyment. So we cannot separate them. That is one thing that I would say. If you follow Prabhupada, if you are in the bhav like this Vallabhacharya Sampradaya, Pushti Marg, and they worship Laddu Gopal or Bal Gopal, but that is, I am not saying it is wrong. It depends on your what bhav that you are in, what is emotion towards Krishna. But Prabhupada always established Krishna and Radharani. He never kept Krishna alone. In any of the ISKCON temples, you cannot see just Krishna alone. That is one thing. Secondly, that is in youthful form is in Golok Vrindavan, Radha and Krishna together. And otherwise, it's like when we keep Krishna alone, it's like a kind of like when we worship very opulently, it is Lakshmi Narayan worship, not Radha Krishna worship. So we should, you may say, why you are saying Lakshmi Narayan worship? Because unless there is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like you don't have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu there, Laddu, Gopal and cow. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu makes it Radha and Krishna. That worship by his mercy, that we see that Krishna with Radharani, and that's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu worship that we could see. And there is opulent worship without Chaitanya Mahaprabhu even. At least we should keep a picture of Panchatattva Krishna. And there is Lakshmi Narayan worship.
I got Gaur Nitai.
Without Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Gaur Nitai I'm having for 35 years.
Yeah. But then also Gaur Nitai wants that Radharani should be there. That is his instruction. And Prabhupada is giving the same thing. And he's showing us by his example in many temples. You may say that there is Rukmini Dwarkadish. That is their pastime, but it is still Krishna.
So I just sent this, you can see the measurement. Anita Mataji, can you send it to Raj Prabhu? I don't know Raj Prabhu's number. Anita Ramaya Mataji is there, I think, in this one. I send it to her. So that can be shown to Prabhuji. Because now, is it that cow and Krishna is not okay? Cow and Krishna, that is Murli, Venu,
No, cow could be there with Krishna. There is nothing wrong, cow and Krishna. But why not bring Radharani also?
But it's not a big deity and it's not temple and I'm not having 5 times offering and all. I don't want any aparad to come, Prabhuji. That's why I'm just worried that I'm doing my Gaurnita, I'm offering everything, and when Laddu Gopal is there. So that is why I'm not at a temple, not a 24 hours temple and all, and I'm not there. And my wife is busy with my daughter and son-in-law. They're also having good deities and all are initiated devotees. So that is why. Anita Ramaya Mataji, are you in the call? Raj Prabhu,
yes,
do I have
Mataji.
a number? Can I?
Yes, Mataji is there. She's just busy with some other commitment right now.
Can I send it to your number? What's your number?
Yes, Prabhu. My number is 587-716-6565. 6565.
65?
65.
6565. I have to put plus, no?
+1. It's Canada. Yes.
Okay. I'll just send it. Okay, I'll just find out. Thanks for your suggestion. I'll just send it to you. I was really attracted with the data. And that shop, there's no Radha available. There was only Lakshmi. And we don't have Lakshmi and...
No, not Lakshmi Narayan. Gaudiya Vaishnavas keep Radha and Krishna. But a opulent worship of Krishna, even with Radha, but so opulent worship, but without Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it becomes Lakshmi Narayan worship. That I read somewhere. To Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of kindness and with loving when he served, then the same Radha Krishna, this Lakshmi Narayan worship they call, but it is Radha Krishna with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we should keep always a picture and chant Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Sri Vasadi, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. We start with that and then we chant Hare Krishna mantra or see the deities. Anyway, it's a
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. This is Shyama.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your wonderful answers. You are so straightforward, and that proves that you are a, dear disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Whatever Srila Prabhupada taught us, you are, forward in that to us. Even though no matter anybody says something that Prabhuji is making so much argument, but you are saying no, we have to worship Radha Krishna means Radha Krishna. So what I would suggest to all the attendees of the call that we are inviting speakers to guide us. When they give the direction, that's the words of Srila Prabhupada. Like Prabhuji is saying, so we cannot counter argument that is this good, that is good. No, they say they are giving us the direction that what we can do. It's like, yeah.
I understand.
Thank you, Shyama Gauri Mataji.
Thank you for
Raj Prabhu, I sent it to you. Did you get it?
Sorry if I made any mistake or offense, please forgive
There is no
for that.
Mataji, there is no mistake and no offense.
It's wonderful.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Samik Rishi Prabhuji. Very,
Thank you,
nice.
Mataji.
You made everything clear.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, yes, you do, Prabhuji. It's always such an honor when you give class for us because you do make everything so clear. There aren't any questions. It's just we as conditioned souls, we have our own desires and we want to try to find ways to make things easier for ourselves. But you, exactly like Shyama Gauri Mataji said, you told us exactly how things should be done. And I really, truly appreciate that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj, Dhanvat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Radha Raman Prabhu. Thank
Yeah,
you.
very nice class. Very nice question answer. I think question answer are the best way to understand more clearly the scripture. So, thank you all. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. This is
Very
Anuradha
Krishna.
Devi.
So there should be question and answer. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. This is Anuradha Devi Dasi. Thank you, Guru Maharaj, for your nice, wonderful class. I have a question regarding the desires because we were talking, we have a lot of questions on the desires. So I have one question on desires that, can you hear me, Guru Maharaj?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I have a question on desires, Guru Maharaj, that even though we have lots of desires, if we don't convert them in an action, still we fall down from the Krishna consciousness, because you give the example of Azamel in this class, and he had a desire, but he convert that desire in the action, so he fall down, right? So we have always good desire and bad desires, but if we don't convert in the action, does it make a difference, Guru Maharaj?
See, dhyayate vishayan punsha, punshas teshu pajayate. So if we think of something, contemplate on the sense enjoyment, and then if it is fulfilled, we develop greediness. If it is not fulfilled, we become anger, and gradually this makes us fall down. So desire is nothing wrong, but it should be spiritualized desire, not material desire. It's not that we should act on every desire, whatever we have. No, if it is according to the approved by Shastra, Sadhu, Guru, and if you are still in doubt, then you speak to your spiritual master and then try to clarify that, or some senior Vaishnava. But all the desires should not be fulfilled. Desire would be there, and mostly it would be the material desires. So why to fulfill them? Then it would become more stronger and stronger. Then you want to have it. Like some children, they become so adamant that they want this and this. And if you go on fulfilling their desire, then they'll become really more naughty and more destructive, or more disobedient. And so we have to stop wrong desires. But desire. Having desire is nothing wrong, but it should be spiritualized, spiritual desires. And then you do it. Like you want to make nice prasadam for Krishna or bhoga, then make it. Nice celebration for Janmashtami, do it. Because it is for Krishna. Nice thing for preaching Krishna consciousness, going out of your way or going outside to distribute literatures of Bhagavad Gita, etc. Do it. But not something wrong that I should enjoy in this way or I should go to club or so those desires should be curbed. Only in human life we don't go on instinct. We should go on the reality, and intelligence should be used. So Mana Krishna Nivesha, that we should mind on Krishna. So if it is Krishna's desire, you do it.
Yeah, thank you, Guru Maharaj. And I have another question. What is the difference between remembrance and having desires, Guru Maharaj?
Remembrance is a store from the previous life or previous time or previous day. So remembering is one thing, and desires is something that is different. Remembering means when it is stored in your heart, in your chitta, chittete koriya ekya. So remembrance, but remembrance about Krishna, when we chant Krishna's name, then Shravanam Kirtan Vishnu Ismaranam. Ismaran is remembrance. When we smaran, then it is remembrance. So we think of that, we contemplate on that, but it should be spiritualized, not contemplating on sense enjoyment. I was enjoying like this before, now I should also enjoy in this way. That may be degrading. I was enjoying such and such thing in my previous life, means the previous when I was not initiated. Let me enjoy the same way now. So that could be dangerous. That has to be curbed. That has to be finished. So every desire should not be acted on. Okay.
Yes, Guru Maharaj. Thank you for the wonderful explanation.
Okay, thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you, Mataji. Beautiful question. Thank you, Prabhu, again. Beautiful answer. According to the Shastras, you're saying, so that's perfect. Prabhuji, there is a question from Ayan Prabhu. He's a very regular attendee in our group. So Prabhu is asking, first of all, he's thanking for the beautiful class. Prabhu is asking, what is the easiest way to glorify Krishna? Is it chanting the names of Krishna?
Just okay, go ahead.
Okay, so Prabhuji is asking, is the easiest way to glorify Krishna is to chant his holy names? So that's his question.
Very good question. Yes, to glorify Krishna, yes, you just chant. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna, they all are saying the same thing, that we should just chant holy name, put our attention on the holy name, hear the sweet words of the holy name, think that holy name has everything. Then it could fulfill not only akama, sarva kama, moksha kama, whatever your desires are there, or something comes in mind. If you could go on chanting, then that would be the best thing.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Ayan Prabhu, for asking the question for all of us. Thank you. That's beautiful. Prabhu, there is another question from Hemi Mataji. This is regarding keeping the Radha Krishna deity. So Mataji is asking, first of all, she's thanking again for the beautiful class you gave, Prabhu. And she's asking, what qualifications do we need to keep the Radha Krishna deity? And what services we need to do daily if we keep the deities at our home?
Your home deities are a different standard, as a temple standard. Whatever that we could follow easily without feeling encumbered, means without feeling difficulty, you could keep. So just at least in the morning, waking them up, giving them bathing, even if you bathe once a week or once on Ekadashi, that is also all right. But giving them the bed, decorating them nicely, offering some flowers, patram pushpam phalam toyam yume bhaktya, by devotion if you give it, make nice food. So home deity should be there. that should be made a part of the temple. They should be the center of your activity. And then you do all the activity. You are earning for Krishna, who is in there. You are going to job or buying something, you are buying for Krishna. You are getting children, then you are producing children for pleasure of Krishna, and they are in charge of you, and then you take care of them as Krishna's servant. And they will also become devotees easily. You have the deities in your home. So, but deities standard should not be increased that you cannot do it every day. Temple standard is completely different. There is a Archana Paddhati for home deities, and then there is for one for deities at the temple. So we should, the standard is what you can start and do it without feeling difficulty or without feeling harassed or without feeling, oh, why did I do it? So Gal Bandhan are that they are not really on your neck and then squeezing the neck, and you should not feel in that way. Oh, I cannot go out, I cannot do this, who will offer, I'm going for pleasure trip for 1 month. Then you give your deities to somebody who can take care along with their deities. And now should one take deities to the different places wherever you go? It's very difficult. We were taking our deities, but then we had to not to do that. So I would advise by my personal experience that you do it simplify, just like how many rounds you should chant, that you could do it without any problem. You start from 1 to go all the way to 16. You may be able to do it in a year, or you may not do it in 2-3 years. It depends on when what is your heart is towards. So if you are serious and you want to be initiated and you want to chant 16, just go ahead and do it. Same thing for deity worship, that you do whatever is best for you, and then sometime offering simple, but you cannot offer everything that. So you do it simple, or on a certain days you could offer very opulent bhoga to Krishna. So it's all according to the means availability, and whether one should do it when they have period or they have problem, like, and there is nobody, then what should be done? That is another question people ask. And also another, that if somebody has died in the family, so suttak rata hai, but Prabhupada says that one should not neglect the deities. If there is nobody, then you do it. You just purify, take your bath, come with a new cloth, and even with period or even with somebody death in the family, suttak bhi jab tak hai, you could also worship Krishna. Krishna को सुतक नहीं लगता. हमारे घर में कोई बूढ़ा व्यक्ति है और there is nobody to take care, you should take care even in contaminated stage. भगवान की सेवा ज्यादा important है, बजाय कि we think, oh, I'm not this, so I should not do it. No, do service, and that is more important.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Hemi Mataji. Such a beautiful question, because most of the East Indian families have a Radha Krishna deity at home, most of them, and it's so beautiful answer. If there is this sutak or whatever, and we do feed our kids, so why not to feed our deities, Radha and Krishna? Why not to play them? So such a beautiful answer. Thank you so much. Lots going about Radha Krishna. I'm remembering this verse. Krishna ki har baat ka aadhar hai Radha. Radha bina Krishna nahi, Krishna bina nahi Radha. Krishna is ocean, Radha is waves. Krishna is a flower, Radha is fragrance. So Krishna and Radha are always together, always there. So thank you so much. Such a beautiful class, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Such an amazing question answer session too, Prabhu. You answered so beautifully, just following Srila Prabhupada and just following our Shastras. So that's amazing. And thank you all devotees for attending. And Sukhakara Prabhu, you just told me that you will be going for 6 days away, Sukhakara Prabhu. So you won't be able to attend for 6 days, and we will be missing you, Sukhakara Prabhu. Your chanting and your questions and everything, all the devotees will be missing you. So
I will miss you more than you all miss me. I'm going to miss you.
We'll be missing you, Prabhu. So please join us after 6 days, Prabhu, as soon as you are free with the GV program. So thank you so much, Prabhu. Samik Rishi Prabhu.
I got addicted to this Sangha now. Every day I cannot live without this.
We'll wait for you, Prabhu. We'll wait for you after 6 days, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Samik Rishi Prabhu. Thank you for coming on the call. Thank you for your humbleness, Prabhu. Your answers, your class is so amazing, so humble that so many people get attracted to you, Prabhu. Actually, I have messages in chat box. asking from me your phone number. I said, I don't know. So I will have to ask from Shamagori Mataji.
You could put on the chat box. I don't even know how to use the chat box, but that's
okay.
WhatsApp number is 905-851-9771.
So 905-851-9771.
Yeah, sometimes like you could put +91 because it is India number. +91 905-851-9771. Okay, but put +91. Okay.
That is another example of your humility. You did not wanted me to go through channels, and you just gave the number right away. That's your mercy. That's a Vaishnava. That's a Vaishnava. That's a real Vaishnava.
Jai ho.
Thank you so much. So, dear devotees, let us pay our obeisances to Prabhuji. And please, Prabhu, please come on the call again. Please do enlighten us, and please give your mercy again to us, Prabhu, all of us, so we can hear Krishna Katha from a pure devotee like you, and we can advance on path of devotion. Thank you, Prabhu. Dear devotees, let us pay our obeisances to Prabhuji. Namo Namah. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki Guru Srila Prabhupada ji ki Grace Samik Rishi Prabhu ki
Samik Rishi Prabhu koti dandat pranam. Beautiful class, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, for your assistance.